Now, from Israel, they're claiming they get to have their first case. And they're saying it's not nearly as bad as the really bad case, but we do have a bad one, and it's actually kind of a Jewish thing. While unusual in Israel, it's not the first time Israelis have been diagnosed with the hantavirus. So again, when Laura Loomer is saying this must be Iran, I would suggest maybe we look at Israel instead. Is it not more likely that you'd want to kind of draw some eyes away from what you're doing around the world? Right now, Israel has no friends, no fans. They're losing assets, sometimes by their own hand. So it makes sense to me that they might just want to turn people's attention towards themselves, towards their own health, towards their own mortality. This serves 1,000 different purposes, and none of them are American. This says Hantavirus, symptoms, prevention, and how it spreads. Recent news coverage about a suspected hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship sailing in the Atlantic Ocean, something that no one could vet. Something that no media, journalist, asset, nothing. No one could just go and privately dig into that and reach out and see if that's true. Because like they say, they're out in the Atlantic Ocean. They're out in the middle of nowhere. You might as well have gotten a call saying, hey, we had a secret base on the moon with a hantavirus outbreak. And we would only be telling you this because those secret people from the moon just came back from a secret mission. And so they've been among the public for a while, not telling anyone about the secret mission to the moon, but because we now believe they've all been infected, we're telling the public there's been an outbreak. You'd have no way to vet that, and you'd call bullshit on that too. You'd know full well, okay, so you just been putting it in the water and you're going to lie and tell us it came from this absurd backstory? We have a ship out in the middle of the Atlantic. What, for a month? Well, it left port on, April 4th? Make it make sense. Okay, so you're out in the middle of the Atlantic. You're just cruising around. But you have people sick and dying on the cruise ship. All the people on the ship are sworn to silence and they don't want to get off the ship? I call bullshit. If they're wealthy enough to afford a weeks-long cruise like this, you'd think they'd also be wealthy and connected enough to make a call off the boat. So no journalist can reach out and talk to people who were on the ship for a week. And it's because I believe they were doing a casting call. They were trying to make sure they had their actors cast for the roles that they need to have them in. It's very hard to have an entire psyopic event take place and unfold with no witnesses and no, crisis actors to ask questions of. And maybe they know better than to overdo it. Like they overdid it with COVID. They overdid it with Sandy Hook. There are videos on YouTube of people walking in loops at the Sandy Hook Elementary School, asked to walk out this direction, be funneled. Someone's going to be doing the third base coach wave, and then you're going to walk in a loop, go in this garage, walk back out through, and do it again.